Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us. I'm Justin Gould. Here's what's happening. The results are in. In case you haven't heard, George Borrello will be the area's next state senator. A breakdown of that race and much more coming up. Plus, the city of Salamanca man was acquitted in an Ellicottville shooting death. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with a look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Happy Wednesday, Jay, and happy Wednesday, everybody. And as, of course, we're now on standard time. Of course, the one downside of standard time is, of course, the sunset comes a lot sooner. So the sunset today is at 5:04, and you see we're losing about a minute of sunset time all the way throughout next week. So, yeah, the sunset will continue to get closer to 4 o'clock. And even though it's going to be chilly over the next couple of days, we're going to be going into the deep freeze as we go pretty much throughout the end of the week into the weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But through the afternoon today, temperatures into the lower 40s throughout the day. Temperatures actually going the opposite direction as we go through the afternoon as a cold front approaches. That cold front is going to be the big story of our next storm system that could throw a little bit of snow our way. We'll talk about it in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Dakota, not really looking forward to the snow, but thank you anyways. Our top story, Chautauqua County Executive George Borrello bested political newcomer Democrat Austin Morgan in the race for New York State's 57th state Senate seat last night. Numbers show Borrello winning more than 67% of the district. The senator-elect spoke with WNY News Now's A.D. Simcoe at the conclusion of the night.
I'm so grateful for the tremendous support across the 57th Senate District, and I'm so grateful for Kathy Young, the great leadership that she's shown. She set a great example for all of us. We have new and very dark times in Albany right now, so the challenge is great, but we're going to show them what we do here in Chautauqua County and work together collaboratively, cooperatively, and I believe we will make change there. And I'm looking forward to representing the entire 57th Senate District as the next state senator.
Now, Morgan, when reached by phone, told us that he could not be more proud of the race he ran.
I sincerely wish George well in the Senate, and I hope for the people's sake he is successful. Our farmers, our families, and our future depend upon it. My deepest thanks to those who supported this campaign. We have built the beginning of a movement. We have lit a torch that will one day be passed on to the next generation.
Now, Borrello won all counties that make up the district. He will replace former Senator Catherine Young, who suddenly stepped down earlier this year. Well, Democrats remain in control of the city of Jamestown's mayoral seat after lawyer Eddie Sundquist defeated Republican County Legislator Dave Wilfong and Libertarian City Councilman Andrew Liuzzo last night. Sundquist defeated Wilfong with over 2,500 votes, with almost 50% of the ballot. The mayor-elect told WNY News Now Joanna Lehman he is extremely thankful for those who came to the polls.
I cannot thank them enough that the city of Jamestown has put their trust in me as their new mayor. I'm excited for the future that we're going to have together as we grow our city.
Now, Sundquist is expected to announce more about his transition team in the next few weeks. Leading up to the historic election, longtime Democrat Mayor Sam Teresi retired after 20 years of political service. And Sundquist will likely work with a slight Republican majority in the city council. Republican incumbent Kimberly Eklund and political newcomer and longtime Jamestown police officer Jeff Russell were elected in the at-large race for city council. Democrat Tamu Graham-Reinhart was also elected in the at-large contest after she was appointed to the lawmaking body late last year. Now, in the ward's races, Ward 1 incumbent Brent Sheldon held off a strong challenge from Timothy Schmiel, winning 355 to 348. But early votes and absentee ballots could play a factor there. In Ward 2, incumbent Anthony Dulce was reelected 604 to 248 against challenger Thomas Vitale. Ward 4 and incumbent council president Marie Karuba bested Brittany Spry 360 to 576 votes. And Ward 5 saw Grant Olson unbeat Maria Jones by a total of 495 to 397 votes in that race. Well, Chautauqua County Board of Election officials tell us that the city of Dunkirk's mayoral race is too close to call. With just over 50% of the vote, current longtime Democrat Mayor Willie Rosas sits just ahead of Republican challenger Sean Heenan. Rosas is currently 48 votes ahead of him, who has 1,542. Now, election officials say the race will come down to around 100 absentee ballots that have yet to be counted. And certainly a very exciting election night. Good day to all of you. Thanks so much for tuning in here on WNYNewsNow.com. And let me tell you, I am tired because we were up late into the hours working on these stories and coming off of our election high, so to speak, here at WNY News Now as we put the content together for the website. Last night was very interesting, and there is so much content that we can't even cover in this one single broadcast. So be sure to tune into WNYNewsNow.com, log on to the mobile app and check it out, and we'll have a full coverage there right now on there for you at this noon hour. And it seems like a lot of people really weren't surprised to see that Eddie Sundquist won the Democrat mayoral race, albeit not without some contest from the opponents there, from the Republican and Libertarians. So certainly a lot of people did get involved into the political process, but as Rory Polero and I talked about last night on the broadcast, that a lot of these very small races, City of Dunkirk is just one to show you that every vote counts. So please, if you didn't vote and you wanted to, next year is another time to get involved. Every year, really. There's always something, whether it be on the local or next year, a lot of national races will be happening. So let your voices be heard regardless. And thank you to those who did vote. Got to say hello to Wendy. Hello to David. Hopefully you're all doing well. Josh, good to see you on the broadcast. I haven't seen you here in a minute. And Pam, happy Wednesday to you. Hopefully you all are having a great day. Straight ahead, more local news. The city of Salamanca man was acquitted yesterday in Cattaraugus County Court in relation to a shooting death. But first, why the county clerk here in Chautauqua County is trying to clear the air over new driver's license requirements. That and more when WNY News Now returns.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Well, happening now, there seems to be some confusion about Real ID compliant driver's license, and now Chautauqua County's clerk is trying to simplify some things. Larry Barmore says that New York State currently issues 3 different classes of driver's license: the standard license, which allows one to drive a motor vehicle and nothing else; a Real ID license, which allows one to drive as well as fly domestically and enter some federal buildings; an enhanced driver's license will allow holders to fly domestically enter a federal building, and cross a border by car into either Canada or Mexico. He says any residents who normally fly domestically should go to the DMV and upgrade their license to a Real ID compliant one now and not wait until the upcoming deadline. And depending on the situation, it can take several months, he explains, for the new license to come to you. Well, a Salamanca man was acquitted of a felony assault charge following a 3-day trial in Cattaraugus County Court regarding a shooting incident last December in Ellicottville. 26-year-old Damon Marvin was acquitted following a 45-minute jury deliberation yesterday. Prosecutors say on December 1st, 2018, police were called to a restaurant in Ellicottville for a report of a shooting which occurred outside of the restaurant. Marvin stated to police that he shot Brandon Zantz because he was being attacked outside the bar by him and his brother, and he feared for his safety. Testimony showed that Marvin was involved in a physical altercation inside the restaurant. After the fight was broken up by staff, all three were told to leave. When Marvin got outside, he walked away from the restaurant but was chased down by the brothers and another fight ensued. It was during that altercation outside when Marvin drew his lawfully possessed and concealed pistol and shot Zantz once in the abdomen. Well, Governor Andrew Cuomo says Medicaid spending is a major problem here in New York State. Cuomo told reporters that his administration is considering spending cuts or further budgetary maneuvers to address a $3 billion or $4 billion shortfall for the state's fiscal year ending on March 31st. Meanwhile, the state comptroller urged the governor to provide more specifics on the shortfalls and his administration's response as soon as possible. The comptroller's Tuesday report projects that tax revenues will grow by 7.6% through spring 2020, but will rise at a slow pace to 5.2% the following year. The Cuomo administration is blaming those shortfalls on costly long-term care, increasing enrollment, and payments to financially distressed hospitals. Well, New York is unlikely to approve a statewide mobile sports betting anytime soon. Lawmakers who favor letting people bet on their phones or laptops, sports betting remains restricted to in-person wagers at upstate casinos. At the Sports Betting USA conference yesterday in New York, 2 Democrat lawmakers who have been pushing to legal sports betting say they'll try to put a provision in the state budget allowing mobile sports betting when the legislature convenes in January. When New York might offer statewide mobile betting remains anybody's bet. It is quickly becoming the industry standard in the United States, though, with 80% of New Jersey sports betting revenue coming via smartphones or laptops. Now, a bill for mobile sports betting in New York passed in the Senate, but was not approved in the Assembly due to, in part, the worries that Cuomo would veto it. So certainly, sports betting is a pretty big revenue source, and I think a lot of people, especially around here too, are so into these teams like the Bills, like the Browns, like the Steelers. Even I'm sure for hockey and basketball they have it. I mean, they probably have it for a lot of things. So let us know what you think in the comments below about this story. And it seems like the state has been trying for it for a while, but anything in government tends to go slow, right? So we'll see what happens come January. Maybe they'll include it in the bill, and certainly probably could be another moneymaker, especially for people online. If you have a sports betting startup or a website or something. I mean, FanDuel had to start somewhere, right? Well, coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's here with a look at our forecast, and it seems like some snow might be in our future. Not looking good. And later, Norm is in studio with a look at local sports. Stay with us. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Located on the corner of Forest and Newland Avenues in Jamestown, Pronto Mart has everything you've been looking for. An amazing selection of hot foods, a large variety of premier headgear, and smoking accessories to fit any style. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Stop in and visit us today.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story: a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Hey, and welcome back. And let's take a look at the weather headlines as we go throughout the next week or so. So chilly throughout the afternoon, but all in all, not bad. Some partial sunshine through the afternoon, but all in all, not bad. It could be a lot worse this time of the year, as we all know. A wintry mix comes our way early on Thursday. That'll change over to all snow as we go Thursday night going into Friday. And the big piece of the forecast here, as of course we've been mentioning all week, is going to be determined on the track of a storm system. And if the track is closer to the area, we throw some more snow. If it's further away, not a lot of snow. So here's basically the next big thing. This is the storm track right here. It's mainly going to be off to our east, but this cold front is the segment of what's going to be coming our way. And as the colder air filters behind this front, not only will we see snow, more widespread snow, but possible lake effect going into Friday as that cold front moves through. So again, it's definitely going to be widespread snow is definitely likely, and we could add some lake effect in here depending on the wind direction and how strong the winds are. Here's Future Scan. This is the wider view of Future Scan. You can see nothing through the day. Now, as we get into tomorrow, a few rain and snow showers tomorrow should start as rain, may mix with a few snowflakes tomorrow, but watch this as the cold front moves through, changes it all to snow. And this is going to be the more widespread of the snow. The storm track is actually out in this direction, but notice the wind arrows here. You can see the wind arrows kind of favoring a more west to northwest direction. So as this comes across the relatively warmer waters of Lake Erie, not out of the question we can add some lake effect on the back edge of this. And again, several inches of accumulation is likely here, and the best chance, or should I say the highest amounts of snow, is going to be right along the higher terrain of the southern tier. But this is going to be a widespread snow event, so everybody's going to get a little bit of something. But looking longer out, 6 to 10 days out, again, when you get into this purple color, that means high confidence for below average temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days. So it's going to be classic troughing, cooler to the east, warmer out to the west, and that trend continues over the next 8 to 14 days. So it looks like winter is showing up a little bit early. We'll keep our eyes on it. 41 to 47 through the afternoon today, partly to mostly cloudy. Otherwise, not a bad afternoon, but chilly. We should be into the lower 50s this time of the year. Mostly cloudy, showers late, maybe a few snowflakes. Definitely possible lower to mid to upper 30s for most areas. Now you want them, there they are, the next 7 days of your life. And again, snow showers Thursday and Friday. Some of that could be lake effect on the back edge of that storm system. And then look at the cold air that filters in next week. Some spots may not even make it out of the 20s next Wednesday and Tuesday. Woo! Sports is next. Don't go away.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. On Tuesday, Valerie Rykov, a forward for the Jamestown Rebels, was named the NAHL East Division's first Star of the Week. During the Rebels' two-game series versus the Maine Nordiques, Rykov totaled 2 goals and 3 assists, which includes a 1-goal, 2-assist night in Friday's game. Another Rebels player, Noah Finstrom, received an honorable mention for the weekly award. Finstrom finished with 1 goal and 4 assists in their series over the weekend, including a 3-assist performance in the Rebels' Military Appreciation Night game. The Rebels' next home series will start on November 15th, in which they will have 2 games versus the Northeast Generals. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, the Pittsburgh Penguins will be on the road for a divisional game against the New York Islanders. Losing their last 2 games, Pittsburgh is currently in 4th place in the Metropolitan Division with 17 points, 2 points behind the Carolina Hurricanes. Meanwhile, New York is on a 9-game winning streak and are in 2nd place in the Metropolitan Division with 20 points, 5 points behind the Washington Capitals. The game will be televised on MSG+. With a 7 o'clock tip-off tonight, the 1-6 New York Knicks will be on the road versus the 3-5 Detroit Pistons. The Knicks are in an early season slump, losing 4 of their last games. Their recent one, a 113-92 loss against the Sacramento Kings. Meanwhile, Detroit lost their last game 115-99 in the hands of the Washington Wizards. According to ESPN's Power Basketball Index, the Pistons have a near 70% chance of winning tonight. The game will be televised on MSG. That's it for sports today.